The purpose of this video is to highlight the voting steps for those involved in the Southern Sudan Referendum, January 9th through January 15th, 2011.
Each step of the procedures is designed to advance the voters through the process in a timely manner. The polling station staff are trained to carry out the procedures in a smooth and harmonious manner.
The staff members of the polling station consist of 5 main positions: Chairperson, Quick Controller, Identification Officer, Ballot Issuer, Ballot Box Controller or the Inker.
Accredited observers and media representatives will have the right to observe the whole process without interfering with voters or polling station staff.
The queue controller will greet all voters, ensure the queue is maintained in an orderly fashion, remind the voters to have their voter registration cards ready, give priority to elderly, disabled, and pregnant voters. Allow only voters holding a voter registration card to enter. The identification officer will verify the voter has not already voted by checking their hand for indelible ink. Locate the voter in the final referendum registry using their registration card. Draw a through the voter's name. Guide the voter to thumbprint the record beside their name. Inform the voter that their finger will be marked with indelible ink after casting their ballot.
Ballot issuer will punch a hole in the voter's registration card, validate the ballot paper by stamping it with the official SSRC stamp, pre-fold the ballot exposing the SSRC stamp, issue the ballot to the voters, direct the voter to a vacant voting screen.
Ballot box controller or the inker will then guard the ballot box, verify the ballot has the SSRC official stamp before the voter places the ballot in the ballot box. Make sure each voter places his or her ballot in the ballot box. Ensure that the voter's finger is inked with indelible ink before leaving the station. Guide the voter to leave the referendum center immediately after voting.
The chairperson provide overall management to the polling station staff and the counting procedures, resolve problems according to the procedures established by the Act, rules and regulations, assist voters with disability when necessary.
A glimpse of voting process. Before the empty ballot box can be sealed, the chairperson displays the inside of the empty box to everyone present. Voters will enter the polling station in an orderly fashion. They will be reminded by the queue controller to have their voter cards ready as they enter the polling area. The elderly, disabled, sick or pregnant voters will be invited to the front of the queue. The voter will proceed to the first table where they will be greeted by the identification officer.
The identification officer will verify that the voter has no traces of indelible ink in his or her finger or hand. They will then ask the voters to present his or her voter's registration card. If a voter does not have a voter registration card, he or she will not be able to vote. The identification officer verifies the serial number of the voter's registration card and matches the corresponding entry in the final referendum register.
When the serial number of the voter's registration is found, the identification officer draws a line through the name in the register. The identification officer will then ask the voter to apply his or her thumbprint beside their name in the register. The registration card is returned to the voter, and the identification officer instructs the voter to proceed to the ballot paper issuer.
The ballot paper issuer then punches the voter's registration card with hole puncher on the top left corner. The ballot paper issuer detaches a ballot paper and stamp it on the back with the official stamp at the top right corner.
It's important to note that the ballot will be considered invalid if the ballot does not have this stamp.
The ballot paper issuer will then tell the voters two key points about marking their ballot. 1. To vote, apply your thumbprint in the blank circle which corresponds to the symbol of your choice.
2. After you have marked the ballot with your thumbprint, fold the ballot paper and deposit it in the ballot box. The ballot paper issuer then returns the voter registration card.
If a voter makes a mistake while marking the ballot paper, he should return to ballot paper issuer to ask for a new one. The ballot paper issuer then directs the voter to an available screen to mark the ballot and then the ballot box in which the voter will place the marked ballot. Voting shall be secret.
The ballot box controller or the inker will ensure that each voter deposits the folded ballot paper in the ballot box. The ballot box controller then asks the voter who has deposited the ballot paper into the box to dip his or her right index finger in the indelible ink. Voting is now complete and the voter can leave the center. Every day at the close of polling, the chairperson seals the ballot box slot, allowing observers to record the seal's number. Likewise, each morning before the start of polling, observers are given opportunity to verify those same seal numbers.
The counting procedures. The process of sorting and counting of votes will start after the final day of polling, and once it begins, it will continue until it is complete. It must not be stopped or postponed until all ballot papers in the ballot boxes are sorted, counted, and the result recorded and displayed at the polling station. Observers and media will be present for all entire counting process.
Polling station staff will place the content of the ballot box in the center of the room for everyone to see. The chair of the polling station will announce which option has been chosen for each single ballot paper,
holding it up and showing the face of the ballot paper so that everyone present can see how the ballot paper has been marked. The ballot will be separated into piles according to the options of cessation, unity, invalid, or unmarked, announcing the result at the referendum center. After compiling the result for each polling station, the chairperson for each station will publicly display a copy of the result at the referendum center. Result from referendum center in Canada will then be sent to the Southern Sudan Referendum Commission in Khartoum, the Southern Sudan Referendum Bureau in Juba, and IOM Operation Headquarters in Nairobi, Kenya. For USA inquiries, call us on our 24-hour hotline, telephone number 1-866-898-0119,
or email us at ssudanvote.usa@gmail.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook at Southern Sudan Referendum Out of Country Voting USA. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/SSudanVoteUSA. We hope that this brief information video will prove valuable for those involved in the voting process.